now they're back in their own podcast. Sit back, relax, Still Spinning is here. Still spinning, still spinning, still spinning, still spinning.
Well, we are back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Still Spinning Podcast. This is episode 111. My name is Nicole. I am joined, as always, by Dan.
Let's light this candle.
Light it up, baby.
I got a stick of Beemans. Never mind. I'm sorry. That's so super uber. There's I know 3 people that would get that. It's not even a joke. It's a line from a movie. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I am not one of those 3 people. But if you are, good for you.
If you are, put it in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Hello, Paul. Welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It is great to be back. I'm kind of happy
like forever.
You know me. What movie would that quote be from? Lighting the candle. There it is. Paul says it.
Of course, Paul knows.
The right stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got a stick of Beemans.
Oh, right. Well, don't let that deter you, everyone. We are the Still Spinning Podcast. You can become a spinner. You can buy merch. You can listen to former episodes, all of those things.
Former episode, they no longer identify as episodes of the Still Spinning Podcast.
They don't. They're recordings. They're historical documents, everyone. And you can find all that information at stillspinningpodcast.com. Dan, I've had a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have dry eye. So my eye doctor prescribed fish oil supplements, which are kind of gross if you ever have to take them.
So when someone says there's not a dry eye in the room, you can go,
yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a real dry one.
Yes.
Yes. So I put one in my pocket to take at a later time, and then apparently didn't take it and put it in the laundry and washed it. So I washed a fish oil pill with my largest load of laundry. And I was folding it. And I'm like, why does everything smell like shrimp? And then I remembered, because then I saw the pants that had, clearly it was in that pocket, right? There's like a big round, probably from whatever the casing is. And so I spent all day trying to clean out my washing machine, trying to pre-rinse all these clothes, to wash them again, to get the damn fish smell out. Wow. It's been a day.
And do we know if this is successful yet?
I don't know, because the load is now in the washing machine. I bought OxyClean. I was by the way, I clearly am not the first person to do this, because when you Google it, there's a lot of responses.
Well, think about, so a lot of people take the fish oil supplements, and and the thing is, they're like massive pills. They're like horse pills. They never make a small, tiny fish oil supplement pill, even for like dogs. When you get like because a lot of dogs will take it for like skin issues and stuff.
Sure.
They're massive. They're enormous pills.
Yeah.
And so think about how, they're literally made to dissolve in water. So you literally put it in your pocket, and it's like putting a stink bug. It's like putting a Tide Pod in there. Instead of being a Tide Pod, it's fish oil. Yeah.
It's awful. So I got it out of the washing machine. By the way, I ran a hot load with nothing in it, just hot. I ran a cycle in hot with 2 cups of vinegar. And then I ran, and then you wipe it out. Mm-hmm. And then you run another cycle with a half a cup of baking soda.
Mm-hmm.
And then
not at the same time, though.
No, not at the same time, because they cancel each other out.
That would be really cool if you ran them at the same time, because you could also make like a volcano in your.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I did not want to do that. And so I did that, and then I washed a load that was not the stink load. Those were upstairs in the bathtub, soaking.
What is that? Doesn't that mess with your bathtub now?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I
don't get so salty about it.
No, I'm really not happy that I did this at all. Not happy that I did it at all.
Yeah.
So we'll find out when we're done with this podcast if it worked.
Maybe that could be one of our bonus episodes. So let me ask you though, when you
He's giggling at my husband's comment,
which we're not going to put up on the screen,
no.
but
but it involves loads.
Yes. So whose responsibility is it when? Now, in this case, it was you. It was your own pocket, and you did the laundry.
It was my own pocket, and I did the laundry. So there's no passing the buck on this one.
But who's in general? Because my wife and I have had this conversation. 30 years we've been married, so we've had this conversation at least 1,200 times.
Okay.
Like once a week for 30 years. I don't know what the number is, but who's responsible for when something goes through the laundry that shouldn't go through the laundry? Is it the person doing the laundry, or is it the person who took the clothes off?
It's whoever put it in the receptacle. So like if you took your pants off and put it in the laundry hamper or basket, however you do it, that is your responsibility. Whatever's in the pocket, that is on you. I don't think the person doing the laundry should have to go through and check all the pockets.
Every pocket of the thing that's been put. Yeah. So,
why? What is your thought?
So I feel I'm close to that, but although I do think you have, if you're pouring the clothes in, you have some sort of like final, like, it's like the captain of the ship. I mean, yes, there's a lot of.
Do you really touch all your dirty laundry when you're putting in the wash?
Pockets in jeans and pants and stuff?
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, I do. I frisk them. Like, just touch them, touch all the pockets just to see if there's anything in there. Now, granted, that's not going to get the paper out, and paper's a big problem in there.
Oh my God. I am notorious for washing a Kleenex.
But I don't know. I guess I think at the end of the day, it's still probably, this is where it always becomes a problem at our house.
Okay.
There's the in the hamper dirty clothes, and then there's the in between, like this is not quite, it's hanging on the side of the hamper or next to the hamper, but it's not quite officially in the hamper, meaning I can still wear this again without it having to go through the laundry.
Yes. If I take stuff, so ours is at the end of our bed, we have like a chest. And if I take anything off of the chest, then I will check the pockets before I throw it in. But if it's in the basket, I just assume that it has been checked, clearly not correctly, even for myself. I always, but that's my assumption is, but yeah, if you put it into the receptacle that's going towards the washing machine,
I feel like
then
that's
I think
on
it's
you.
on
like,
you.
Yeah.
Whoever puts it in there. So it's not necessarily when you take your pants off. It's whenever they go into the.
Who declares it ready to be washed?
Right.
It is your responsibility to check it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And hanging off the side of the hamper. See, this is our big deal because she's like, well, it's touching the hamper. I'm like, but it's not in the hamper. It's hanging over the side of the hamper, meaning I can wear it again. And now the way that she has solved that is, well, fine, you just do all the laundry. And I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, I like doing laundry.
I hate folding. So we have now our new thing here because we just got a brand new washing machine.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, very fancy. She hates it. She hates all the buttons and the dials. And of course, I find the one with the most buttons and dials and features and, connected to my phone. And I can start the different loads of laundry from wherever. Oh, yeah.
Really?
It is I have a light. It's connected to my smart home. So when there's 5 minutes left on the thing, I have a light upstairs that turns blue.
I could never stay at your house like unattended because I could never figure out how anything works.
It is a problem when people come over. Yeah. So, but anyway, so she hates it. So the new thing is I do the laundry. She has to fold the laundry.
Sure.
I will. So, and that's the part that I hate is the folding it. So
yeah.
It works out.
I don't mind it. I like the sense of like going into a week with all of the laundry done. So for me, this was a double blow because I didn't get all the laundry done yesterday because we had stuff to do.
Yeah.
And what I did get done is potentially ruined forever.
It doesn't sound that bad.
Does it?
A double blow.
Double blow.
Yeah.
All right. Calm down.
Well, no, you know what I meant. Gene says to try adding vanilla to take away the.
It might be my next step.
The smell.
It might be my next step. I have no idea. I just hope that I didn't now just recontaminate my washing machine.
Gene just made that up because that actually sounds like a professional,
right? Like
solution to the problem. Yeah, just put a little vanilla in there, and that also sounds like that could be completely made up. So just drop some chocolate sauce in there. It'll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy. I'm still talking about the loads.
Okay. All right. So I just got back from my trip to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which included a journey over into Canada.
Yes, you specifically got a passport so that you could go to Canada to go to the Starbucks.
Yes.
Across the body of water.
For those of you who do not know, I love going up and watching. And if you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen all my stupid pictures of the ships and everything that I've been posting on. I love going up and watching the 1,000-foot Great Lakes freighters go through these Soo locks. And before you think that is one of the more important things in our country, the Soo locks. And I know everybody laughs at that. If you were going to go to war with the United States, one of the first things you would take out is the Soo locks. Because
why would you do that, Dan?
Why
would you tell them?
Because they know this.
All right.
95% of all iron production, of all the iron that we make in the United States, the pellets to make that iron, 95% of it goes through the Soo locks. So that would shut down production if you took out those locks. And there's pretty heavy security around the locks too. And it's just, it's like the only secure thing in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. The rest of the town's a dump, but man, the locks are nice and secure and good fences and everything. But anywho, so I go up there all the time. Well, as we've told the story before, they don't have a good Starbucks in Sault Ste. Marie. They have one in the grocery store, and grocery store Starbucks are hit and miss because a lot of times it's just grocery store employees that work at the Starbucks. It's not the Starbucks trained baristas in the grocery stores. And so they don't really know what they do. A lot of times they don't even take you can't pre-order because they don't have the app set up in there. It's basically, they just have Starbucks coffee on tap. So the Sault Ste. Marie Starbucks, no good. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan Starbucks, no good. I go up there all the time and I look across the river, the St. Mary's River, and I can see Starbucks. I can see the siren.
I think it's hilarious.
Doing her job.
Just like, it's
doing the job of a siren, the Starbucks siren. Exactly right. Yes. And I can look across the way and I can see the Starbucks siren, but I can't go there because it's in Canada.
And you didn't have a passport.
And I didn't have a passport. Well, now I do. We specifically got the passport so I could go across to Sault Ste. Marie. And I went across and funny, you cross the border, which was, by the way, unbelievably simple.
That's
I thought
good.
I thought it would be more. I thought they would ask some more questions, or they would, I'm sitting there prepping Jenny. I'm like, oh wait, listen, don't answer questions, don't offer information. And this is for me too, because I like to sit there and talk about. I'm like, don't say anything that they don't offer information they don't ask. Don't do, because I don't want you saying like, where are you from? And I say Waukesha, and you say Wisconsin, and now they go, wait, what? So I'm like, don't, just keep your mouth shut. Only answer the questions they ask you. Blah, blah, blah. And if we don't need to both be answering at the same time. But I'm like prepping us while we're sitting there in the line to go to the booth. We pull up to the booth and the lady says, what brings you to Canada? And I'm like, I immediately break the rule. Of
course you do.
Yeah, right.
Of course you do.
I'm like, Starbucks. Yeah, they don't have one over. And Jenny's like, and I'm like,
I was told that I could only answer the question asked. And you're giving a soliloquy.
So I told the lady Starbucks. And she stares at me and said, yeah, they don't got a good one over there. So I'm coming over to this one. I said, I got a passport just to do that. And she's like, okay, how long are you going to be here? And I went, a couple hours. We've got to probably go around after that. She's like, okay. And then the dog is there. And I showed her there's like a rabies certificate. She didn't even ask for it. I just handed it to her. She looked at it for like half a second. I went, okay. All right. Enjoy Canada. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, well, that was super simple. I thought there was going to be like some, what are you really here for? Tell me, nothing.
Like you look nefarious, and they're trying to figure out your.
And getting back in the United States was even more simple. Like I'm like, here, passports. Like, what was the purpose of your trip? I just went across for a couple hours to say we went to Canada. Okay. And I handed him, there's a special form you have to have for dogs when you come back in the US. He didn't even ask for it. I just handed it to him also. He's like, okay. I don't even know if he knew I had a dog in the back. Like,
right. Probably not.
Yeah. And I just handed that. He's like, all right, well, go ahead. And, I'm like, okay, wow. So go across. First thing I do, of course,
go to Starbucks.
For those of you watching at home or watching on the video, there it is. There's me and my Canadian Starbucks. The absolute first thing I did, GPS going into Canada was set to Starbucks. And so I went to Starbucks
as well.
I did. I had sent you a picture before I even took the drink. I sent you a picture. I sent a couple friends who know my story. I'm like, here it is, Canada Starbucks. And I sit back in the car, start the car, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Sweet Jesus, this is going to be good. And I'm like, it was terrible. It was so bad.
What do you think was bad about it?
Okay, so I did some research on this. I'm like, well, how can they mess this up so badly? Like, this is like, and I now granted I had
what is your drink? What's your order?
venti iced breve latte, and breve means they make it with half and half instead of
milk.
The milk. Yeah, so
whole milk, I think usually they use.
Right. So I do half and half, and everything, I just ordered the thing I always order on the app. So I'm like, it can't be that different. And I'm like, how did they mess this up so badly? I mean, and then I'm tasting it. I'm like, I keep drinking a little bit more of it. I'm like, no, this isn't just, they didn't put enough pumps of sugar or they didn't put stevia in it or something. Like, this is terrible.
Had the half and half gone bad, maybe?
Well, apparently it's all bad.
Oh.
I've come to find out later on when I'm back in the United States, Canada milk is terrible.
Huh.
So the half and half is naturally going to be bad.
Not like spoiled, it just doesn't taste good.
They first of all, they don't use growth hormones in their cows.
Okay.
So good or bad, I don't know, but it makes a difference in the taste. And then they don't have they have like a higher tolerance for not the same quality. I was reading about it, and there's like some higher parts per million of something else, blah, blah, blah. They just don't have as good a milk. The milk's just not as good as it is in the United States. And that completely, since most of my drink is made up of half and half, it completely ruined the drink. So no good.
That's so sad. I've been so excited for your Starbucks adventures.
I know. I was so excited, and it's just terrible. It's like, well, that's okay. Solve that problem. I guess we'll try the grocery store next. I'm like, at least it'll be actual half and half.
Yeah.
And I never did try the grocery store. I didn't get.
You were just.
Yeah, I just didn't get a Starbucks until we got back to Escanaba, Michigan.
Oh.
No, it was fine. I
just mean that's far.
Yeah, it was.
You have I don't want to say addiction.
Yeah,
that's
you can.
A strong term.
It's
but
pretty.
You go to Starbucks pretty much at least once a day.
Here's my second one today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Did she wait? Was there a note written on there?
They write notes on mine all the time. This is. In fact, I told you it's my second one. So he writes. So the guy in the afternoon calls me Dan.
Okay.
So he writes Dan on my cups, and so actually this is Dan back again, man. See, I told you it was my second one today, and he was there for the first one. So yes, he knows.
That's pretty fantastic, actually.
Yeah. So there's a joke in Sault Ste. Marie, let me tell you one more quick story. Then we went up, and I had we had hamburgers at a roadside pub. I'm like, all right, look, we're in Canada. Let's go. So we went to like some waterfalls, which were neat. The scenery in Canada is beautiful.
Oh,
we go up. We goes to a couple of waterfalls. We go to place called Botswana Bay, and that's where, and of course my trade-off for all the boats is Jenny gets to spend a couple hours looking for rocks at these beaches. She tries to find Lake Superior agates. That's her big thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So
did she find any?
Oh yeah, she finds a lot of them, and then she puts them in the tumbler and everything, and
cool.
Yeah. So we did that. Then then we came back, and on the way back I'm like, well, let's have lunch in Canada. Let's have a burger in Canada. And I took the meat is not very good.
Really?
I mean, the hamburger was.
Maybe it's just their cows in general you don't like.
It sounds like I have a thing against Canadian cows. You're right. Now, I will say that that's the only hamburger I had, and there is a chance that it was just a terrible hamburger, right? Because that can happen anywhere. So I can't blame all Canadian meat. I don't know that it's all bad, but there is a joke. Like, Canadians come to the United States to buy meat. So the joke in Sault Ste. Marie is, here's how you can tell who's a Canadian in Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay.
They've got a chicken under one arm, a gallon of milk in the other hand, and they smell like gasoline.
Is gas cheaper too?
Way cheaper. Cheaper. Yeah. And it took me a minute to figure it out, because you go across to the gas, you see the signs for how much gas are, ours would be like 3.13. You go, okay, 3.13 a gallon. Well, theirs is in liters, and it's in hundreds, and it's in like but it says like 149.223. And you're like, is that 149? What? No, you just got to move the decimal point. So it's like $1.49 per liter, but there's 3.5 liters per gallon. So when you do the math, you're like, oh, this is like
too much math,
$7 or $8. Right. It's like $7 or $8 a gallon that this thing ends up costing. And although I will say also, the nice thing is the Canadian dollar is not as strong as the American dollar. So when you go to lunch and you're like, oh, lunch is, and you're like $63. What? and you pay with a card, obviously, so you don't have to deal with. So you pay with a card, and then it pops up on your phone that says, "Hey, you were just charged like $48.12." You're like, okay, I see. So yeah, the dollars.
That's good.
Yeah, but no, the meat I did bring back. The one place Canada beats the United States, I will give you this, is in chips.
Crisps.
We have talked about how I love ketchup chips.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Did you buy a bunch of ketchup chips?
I bought ketchup chips, brought them back. Look at from the Trailer Park Boys in Canada.
Look at that picture. That's disgusting.
Yeah, ketchup chips here, which I haven't even opened yet.
It looks like a bloodbath. It's
It
literally
literally
like
does
a
look
in a
like
bathtub,
it. Yeah.
like being sprayed by
Woohoo, ketchup bath. Look, it says woohoo, ketchup bath.
Oh, it is good. It does say ketchup bath.
Yeah. So, and then I bought this, and they have a crazy variety of chips in Canada. And this one I have not opened it yet, but this is chicken chips.
Ew. What is the little guy saying? It says,
Tastes like me, roasted with spices.
Jesus. Also, did they have children draw these?
It says, bok bok. The chicken.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
That is pretty funny.
I don't know. I was thinking this is like going to be like chicken and a biscuit.
Sure.
Just to flip. I'll open one right now.
Oh, all right. Taste test live on the air, everybody. What is it? Ooh, it doesn't smell good.
Oh, this.
Oh my God. I just got right before you throw up, like your taste buds go nuts. I just had that.
This does not smell good.
Yeah. What does it taste like?
Very, very, very salty.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a hint of chicken flavor in there.
Okay, so just like real salty.
Real salty, tad bit of chicken.
Interesting. But smells bad.
But the whole bag smells terrible, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. If you go to Canada, maybe skip the chicken chips, but get the ketchup ones.
I haven't opened those yet, but I'm sure they're good.
Oh, I'm sure. Well,
ketchup
you like
chips,
those, so you already
I do.
know.
They're fantastic. So, yeah.
All right. Okay, everybody. Let's dig into some actual real news. This isn't really news, but I came across a story that is, don't snoop through your partner's phone. Learn to sleuth instead. So an article on the difference between snooping and sleuthing. In the article, it says, oh gosh, searching through, wait, I got to find the thing.
What happened? Did it go away?
I scrolled up. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. So basically, the article talks about the difference between sleuthing and snooping.
Right.
Snooping is when you are searching through someone's phone or something like that, when you're going through their things. But sleuthing is where you're using the tools that exist in the world, like the internet, and just searching for information. Searching through someone's phone may not be aligned with a person's character and values, but they might have a valid suspicion and nowhere else to look. So
no, that's actually probably illegal.
Going onto someone's phone, is it?
Yeah.
100% says doing so may turn out to be fair game when you learn incriminating information. But according to a divorce lawyer, his name is Dennis Vertrano, it could also be a big problem for you in the future. Mm-hmm. In general, now the psychologist they interviewed said, in general, I think invading another person's private space, whether it's snooping on their phone, reading their journal, invading their physical space, is unethical without their permission. But if you're using the internet or just looking up things like you can do case searches, most states have all of their misdemeanor and felony charge type stuff. You can just do a search on that. And I just thought this was really funny and interesting because when Paul and I started dating, I 100% Googled him. I didn't search through his phone or anything like that, but I absolutely Googled him. And I think everyone should Google anyone they're about to get into any sort of relationship with.
That doesn't even seem weird today, does it?
No, I don't think so either.
It seems like it's almost like due diligence. Like you have to, before I get to know this person a little bit better, let me see what public information, because other people can do it. So you should know what everybody else knows about this person that you're about to be with is.
Yep. It says, while snooping is considered a breach of privacy because you're searching for information someone hasn't given you permission to access, with sleuthing, you're working with information that's available in an online public space. And so many people are online. 70% of Americans are on Facebook, 50% on Instagram, 33% on TikTok, according to a 2024 survey.
Yeah.
And sleuthing is much easier these days with the creation of websites that can locate dating profiles, apps that can track your location. I think tracking location's a little bit iffy. Although, did you see, I know you're not on Instagram, but Instagram just rolled out and did not tell anyone, if you don't unsubscribe to it, Instagram shows your location. Like your exact location. Like someone can find you if you log into Instagram because it like is tracking your location. That is sketchy.
Really? They don't even have to, like, they can.
You don't have to
anybody
opt
can
in.
do
You
it?
had to opt out. It depends on whoever can see your Instagram posts and things. So if you have set to public, then yes, someone can absolutely find you. If you have it set to private, it's all your friends. But even then, like, how many of the people that you are friends with on Facebook or Instagram do you actually know? Versus like, hey, we met once, or I saw you perform and now I'm following you kind of thing. So it's sketchy at best. I went in immediately, turned that bad boy off.
Yeah.
But technology is a lot easier. When Paul and I started dating, really the only thing you could do was Google someone or look through like court history search things.
Yeah.
There wasn't, MySpace was around, but that's,
When Jenny and I started, and I'm going to use this word in air quotes, dating.
Right. When you went on that first date and then got married
the
on your
one
second
date.
date.
Right. Well, got engaged. We didn't get married on the second date. Got engaged on the second date.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
But yes, there was really nothing like that at all.
Oh, no.
Like there's nothing you could do.
You'd have to go to the courthouse and hi, can you pull up anything on?
If you're worried about a private space or this is my own private, here's what you do. Just don't get married.
Oh, right.
Because you don't have one anymore. Like when you were talking about in your private, I'm like, I don't have a private anything. Like I don't have we both have the same passwords on our phone. There's no, I'm trying to think. I mean, this office is the closest thing that I have to a private place where, and I think she just doesn't come in here because there's just too much crap in here.
Sure.
And she comes in and she's like, oh my God, I can't look. But that's fine.
I think it's if someone's journals or, does something like that. We don't do that either. I know Paul's passwords. He knows mine.
Yeah.
Don't care. I just thought it was kind of interesting to, because I do think now it's required.
Yeah, I think you have to. I think now you have to look somebody up before you go. Maybe first couple. I might even do it on the first couple of dates just to know who I'm getting involved with. But certainly, if it's gonna move forward, sure.
I also am fascinated by every time I see, because I just saw yesterday, serial killer caught after whatever. What was the story? And it always is and their spouse. I was like, how are these people married? Like, how did the wife, most often it's the wife, because most serial killers are men. Not always, but most often.
I think it's there's something one or two female serial killers.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. But this was a serial killer in Alaska that just he didn't just get caught, but they're still finding out information.
Right, okay,
because, they're always finding out information. But it was in high school, he grew up in Iowa. In high school, it was, I always wanted to be on dates and I couldn't be on dates because nobody would date me. And then 3 paragraphs later, it's when he and his wife and their 2 children moved to Alaska, and he would hunt the women, which was nice too. He would abduct them and then he would hunt them. So very cool. But I'm maybe if she would have had some tools, she could have found some red flags in his past in her sleuthing.
Yeah.
So sleuthing, yay.
Snooping,
nay.
I gotta tell you though, that's really one of those places that you ladies need to step up your game, because you always like to complain about things not being equal.
You want some more female?
They're just where are the female serial killers?
Out there, they're just better at covering their tracks.
Right.
I feel like there's been a couple recent ones that have been nurses, and they in the UK specifically.
Yeah,
but they were
and they were changing people's medications and stuff and keeping them sicker than I'd say that doesn't seem like a Mean Girls thing, right? I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to keep you sick. You're going to be
I don't even
super
know which
sick.
Is worse.
Yeah.
Honestly, terrible. People are terrible. Oh my God.
Okay. So step it up, ladies, is all we're saying.
Yeah. More serial killers. More serial killers.
Do we have time to do this last one? Let's just very quickly do this last one, because we haven't been around this hasn't been a live one. So we'll do this one.
I mean, have time is a relative term because we decide.
We have all the time in the world. We can go
100%.
Do this for 3 hours if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos that you really like? You have tattoos, right?
I have several tattoos.
Does Paul?
He has one.
Okay. Do you like it?
I mean, it's fine. It's his son's initials. It's not anything. It's not like a.
Okay.
It's not an. It's just letters. You know what I mean? It's not a
design
really,
or super.
Yeah.
Yours are designs though, right? You've got like
Yes.
colorful designs.
Yes. I have a dragon on my back. I have a Celtic symbol on my stomach. I have yes and. I won't tell you where that one is. And then I have a little symbol on my leg. I'll tell you off the air. Do you not know about my yes and tattoo? Because I thought it would be funny. It makes me laugh.
It is fun. It is funny.
It's right below my belly button. We'll just say that. And it's about this. It's like about that big.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's extra funny because
it is extra funny.
Because yes and is a improv.
Correct. It is the
thing.
basic premise of all improv is the idea of yes and. But I thought it'd be funny.
It is. Yes.
Right? Accept all offers kind of thing. Although every time I go see a new gynecologist, I do have to tell them. And they're like, you don't have to. I'm like, no.
You're going to want to know.
I really would like to explain this to you because otherwise it seems problematic.
It seems like you're going to need to throw because you're going to think, I need to put on a couple extra sets of gloves.
Right.
Here.
And like there might be a lot of panels.
Right. And you're like, that's not what this is.
No, it's a joke. And then they're like, oh, that is funny. I'm like, yeah, I know. Right. I can't believe you didn't know.
I had no idea.
I mean, I would never show you.
And I mean, this is not something we don't discuss those regions, really.
That is true. But we do discuss tattoos because we were doing the, Dan and I did a Rickroll tattoo thing. I wonder if we could find that video.
I looked for it. I can't find it anywhere.
Man,
that's
good.
too funny. Yes, and tattoo.
Yes, and tattoo. So anyway, I have some decorative tattoos.
Okay. Well, I just tell you this story. So there's a lady named Angelica Radevsky. Instead of wearing her heart on her sleeve, this is a terrible. I'm just reading this from the story. This is like the worst analogy. Why would you even? This is so stupid.
Stories have started. I can't even. That's why I was.
This doesn't even have any. One. Oh, she's not wearing her heart on her sleeve. There's no good A to B here. This is like A to M. It's just so dumb.
Take us to the B, Dan.
Okay, so basically her husband died and now I've seen people like take pictures and have like artwork made of the tattoos that their loved ones have had before. I actually know somebody who did that when her husband died. He had like a big Celtic tattoo thing on his arm and she liked it and she had somebody make some sort of like a canvas frame of the tattoo itself.
The actual, but
a drawing of the tattoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this lady, Angela Radevsky, her spouse died unexpectedly. She's from West Virginia. Now that might explain a little bit of this. She's a nurse, and she made a very bold decision. She preserved and framed the actual skin.
What? Nope.
It's hanging on her wall. It's in a frame. And it's the actual, it's not a lithograph of the tattoo. It's the actual tattoo, skin grafted.
On his skin.
Still, his skin grafted is inside this frame and it's hanging on her wall.
I don't think I could do that.
Well, you would be dead, so you don't have to.
No, but I mean, like, if Paul had like some really cool tattoo.
Dear God, if I ever come over to your house after you're gone and he's got a yes and thing hanging up.
I think of all of the tattoos, that would be the last one he would do. I cannot imagine. First off, does it stay? Like, I would be curious to see because over time, tattoos fade and, things can happen.
Yeah, I think.
And that's on live skin. So I'm wondering on dead skin. It? I don't know. Like, do you have to shellac it? Ugh. Gross.
Here's what the story says. This is what I was mad about. Instead of wearing her heart on her sleeve, she got her husband's sleeve framed. That's so stupid.
Boy.
What a terrible.
And also you have to understand what a sleeve means in order to do that. And I've seen the picture. It's not the sleeve. So a sleeve, in case you don't know, is when you have an entire arm or either your upper arm or your all the way down from your shoulder all the way down to your wrist tattooed. Because then it looks like a sleeve, right? It's like a garment sleeve, except it's all tattoos. And that is just one. I've seen the picture. So that's also a lie.
There's apparently a company that does this.
Really?
After the funeral, Angelica used a marker to outline the exact tattoo they wanted to preserve on TJ's right arm. A mortician then carefully removed the skin Is that something? Did they know how to do that? Apparently, that they do because they just did it. But I mean, how bad can you mess it up though? Too right? You're like,
what
well,
are you gonna do?
Ain't gonna hurt. No, you know what I mean? It's not. Yeah,
it's not gonna kill you.
Anyway, yeah, the preservation. So they carefully removed the skin, placed it in a special preservation kit provided by an Ohio-based company called Save My Ink Forever, and sent it off before the body was cremated. It took about 90 days. So it's like, so they returned the framed tattoo encased in glass and set in a dark wooden frame. So before it, now, as dumb as this sounds, right? And I do think it sounds dumb, but you know what? Everybody has death in their own does death.
Sure.
Is this any more weird than cremating somebody and keeping their ashes on your mantle?
It's a valid point. I don't know. I think it is a little weirder because an urn isn't see-through.
Yeah.
And your body has changed forms, right? Because it's just a bunch of ashes.
Yeah.
But if you have actual dead human skin hanging on your wall, I mean, this might harken back a little bit to our serial killer discussion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's something a serial killer would do. And I'm not saying this woman is a serial killer. No, obviously, it's done for different reasons. But I don't know. It gives me the skeebies a little bit more than just an urn full of ashes. And
really, yeah. But I mean, although I will say, even the urn full of ashes, though, I don't quite get that because I'm not a, I never really cared for cremation. Like I'm like, no, you got to bury me because that's where we all get buried. But the more I think about it, I'm like, you know how expensive it is to bury somebody. It's just expensive. And yeah. So, but my ashes are not going to hang around.
No.
She has specific instructions where to take my ashes and get rid of them. And they're just going to go. So, dust in the wind kind of thing.
Yeah. I want mine to go to the state fair. And I got this idea. I totally stole this idea because a friend of mine, they just did this with their grandma. I won't give any details because I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But they did go to a state fair and the whole family had a little bit of grandma and they just like.
See, if Paul would let me do it. And actually, I don't know if Paul would let me. Paul would go with. I'm thinking Dan and Paul take a ride on the sky glider. And
I sprinkle people with my
the whole way across. And what? So
you know what
would be like 80 years old. Like, who cares? Yeah,
right. F it, man.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's do it, y'all. But then what'll happen is you'll drop it on the ag building because that's where all the stuff is. Everybody always drops stuff on the ag building. Yeah, like the whole urn will be sitting.
We need to save some for when we go over the pork burger stand, though.
Oh, 100%.
And everyone's like, "Well, this tastes a little weird today."
Yeah, it's a little smoky.
Yes, a little Nicole in the pork burgers today.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I'm good with it. Sky glide me away.
Yes. All right.
Oh, that's nice. My aunt wants her ashes in her kids' flower beds. I think that's lovely.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I've come around to this because the cost of a funeral and putting somebody in the ground, and it takes up a lot of space. And this is I do love old cemeteries, though. I do. There is a connection. People ask me why I like cemeteries. If I go to a town and I've got a couple hours to kill, I will often go to the cemetery in the town if it's an older, an older cemetery, because there's a connection there. I mean, there's actual people there, and you can see, right? But like you can, pick somebody. Abraham Lincoln. You can stand, and this is probably a bad example because he's under 10 feet of concrete, nowhere near where you actually, but like,
but that's closer than you would be. Ever.
Yeah. Anyway. And or you see somebody famous or somebody you like or somebody you respect, you go to Arlington National Cemetery and you're like, here's this grave and this is somebody who's very well known and you're like, well, and they're right there.
Yeah.
Like the actual body, it kind of brings it home. Like this was an actual person and he or she is actually right here.
Yeah.
So I do like cemeteries, but that being said, nobody's going to do that to me. and nobody, and I'm not paying like $10,000 just for a hole in the ground. So ash me up and I'm going to Glacier National Park is where mine.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
See, and I like all that. I don't think, necessarily it's illegal to dispose
Oh, it's
of human
not.
remains?
It's not. But they won't like you. If you go there and there's like this is where you got to be smart about things, right?
Correct.
Like
you're not like an urn that says this is Dan.
And you don't go up next to like 12 people stand there taking pictures and
right.
If you go somewhere, do
discreet.
it. Do it in private. Even if the ranger hears about it, they're gonna be like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna care, right?
Right.
But yeah, don't dump it on somebody. Probably the sky glider, not a great idea, but
yeah, probably not. You might
still
get
gonna
kicked
do
out
it
for that, but I guess it just depends.
You know what?
At the end of the day,
if you're not going to the fair, I don't have a reason to go to the fair anymore.
that's
So,
true.
Kick me out. Ban me
All
from
right.
the fair.
I don't hate that.
All right. Well, listen. That's it. Boy, this has got morbid at the end. So,
It
all
did,
right.
but
Yeah.
kind of like a lighthearted morbid. I need to go see if my clothes still smell like fish.
Perfect example. Yes, and that boy did not go together the way I was hoping that.
Yeah, it did not.
That was
Did not.
That was
Push on, Dan. Push on. Keep going. Stillspinningpodcast.com is where you can go to find out all the things that we mentioned up top. If you're looking for some merch, if you want to become a spinner, which is essentially our subscribers, they get additional bonus content almost every Friday. More coming this week for our spinners. You can find all that information at stillspinningpodcast.com.
Thank you, Nicole, for covering for me. Have a great one, everyone. We will be back. Again, the podcast drops on Wednesday. Bonus content for all of our spinners on Friday. And then I believe, as far as I know, are we live next Monday?
As far as I know.
Wait, is it a holiday?
It's Labor Day. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
What are we doing? So
that's fair.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see.
Thank you, guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and
you got to hit the thing.
And
now.